All right, everybody, what's going on? Hope everybody has had a wonderful Sunday. We're here with Sushi's World. They're doing their pop-up scrimmage for tonight. And tonight there is a stream giveaway. So you must like and subscribe to the channel. Like the video, like the live, subscribe to the channel. And we have some really good teams in here tonight as well. Got some new teams in here that I have seen. Some new ones. All right, and we're starting off match number 1, coming out of the military base, all the way up to Georgia Pool. You've got Pachinki, you have School, Razuk, shooting range. You have the military base right off the bat here, off the jump. You have Primorsk, you have Novorepnoy. You've got some good places for these teams to jump down, loot up, grab what they need. And Myanmar being a overall kind of a wide variety of shooting style. You've got long range, mid range, and short range. So we'll see how these match number 1 goes out with Erangel being the very first map for tonight. And we have, and our very first zone is going to stay kind of towards the south side of this map. So it's going to keep the military base, School, and Pachinki. So we might see some of these teams that jump down, grab what they need, and maybe even get out there a little bit farther toward the Yasnaya Polyana. But we have quite a few that are jumping kind of towards the end of this flight path. We might see a couple teams go to School. Looks like we do have a few actually going there. We've got teams going into Primorsk, the Gatka area, the Pachinki area. We've already got fight going on down here. Let's go check it out with... Who do we have here? Let's see. Team 14 already has lost a member. They did start out with a full squad. So them being down a member, let's gonna see how well they can hold up to these teams that are still being full squads. Charismatic, Team 6. This is a new one that I have seen. Let's see how well they will hold up with these teams that have been here, been scrimmaging for some time. But they do already have 1 kill point there on the board. All right, that is a BLIZZARD Esports. We do have quite a few here that are... We've got 2 teams over in Primorsk. Let's go check them out. Team 8 is gonna be Dope Esports. And then they are quietly kind of just running through Primorsk. And we've got Team 11, New Era. And we already have, they got some shots going on. Number 1 is in trouble with New Era, and they are already down fairly quickly. And is down and out there, so Guling is down and is being revived by Hate though. But Ying coming around that corner. Let's see. We've got 2 that are right there around the corner with New Era. Both Hate and Guling are down. Let's see if New Era can actually pull this off. They do have 2 of the Dope members down. All right, looks like a Volt is going to be kind of the last one still standing. Does prep a really good grenade. Does it get anywhere? All right, Ying is pushing. They are pushing it really quickly here. GG's, nicely done, Ying. Getting that kill and eliminating Dope Esports. And Dope, it looks like it's going to be the second team out tonight. And Fate was the first one out. We have Team 17 Oxygen. And they have 3 eliminations so far. They do still have plenty of time, but they are hurting a little bit. So they have one of their members down, possibly 2 here. Patron is the last one still standing for Oxygen. All right, and looks like he's going to be laying low there just a little bit. Just outside the window is going to be a Team 16 Ragebait. Arbo gets a good grenade up there in the 3rd story there. And it was nicely done. Ragebait with 4 eliminations on the board. But they are now out there in that blue zone, along with a lot of these other teams that are still stuck out there in that blue zone, fighting it off. Team 19 is Ragebait. Wait a minute. Let's go back down here. Team 16, I apologize. 16 is Ragebait. 19 is Retired OGs. We're going to head back up to Team 19. All right, they started out match 1 here just being a team of 3, so we'll see how they can hold up to these teams of 4. Team GodsGlory, GG. They started this match as well. We've seen quite a few teams that are starting match 1 here, just being a team of 3. Sushi's World, Team 3. And they are out there in that blow zone. Hopefully they could find a vehicle to be able to get into the zone. AR ESports. Has just picked up an elimination there. So now our GG team is going to be moving forward as being a duo team. No Mercy is down. Let's see, where they's... All right, and the team members, couple of team members are going to come in, and it looks like they're going to try to get that revive really quickly. Yo Dad was in trouble. Looks like he may still be in trouble a little bit here. With Retired OGs that are just down the hill. Can he hold them off long enough to get No Mercy revived from the other 2? All right, it looks like Sushi and Reham and Yo Dad are pushing him here. Retired OGs. They are just a duo right now. They are a little bit in trouble with their going up against a a 2v2 now. They were outnumbered there momentarily. Oh, Sushi gets dropped. But is going to get the... Yodad is going to get that revive. Skur getting in that vehicle, trying to get to the other member. Yodad quickly trying to get up and get the confirm that elimination. Skur kind of just drives on out, trying to keep that team alive. Retired OGs moving forward now. Just going to be a single solo player now, moving in to the last zone, a few zones here. We do our all right. We're at stage 2. We still got a few zones ahead of us, so gotta. Sushi's World Esports quickly gets that elimination there. So Retired OGs are down and out. And they are as well a team of 3. And they do have one elimination, but they are going to be a duo here. And our zone does stay towards the south of this, still with military base in play. Now, with the zone is staying as south as it is, we'll definitely see a lot of these northern teams here that are up still in that blue zone, kind of the school, Pachinki area, going to be moving down. So, good place for these teams to set up on across the bank here, just as they enter the military base, maybe even, as you can see here, with the Team 10, What's Good Fam, kind of sitting on that bridge. This is a good position here for this team to catch any of those teams that are moving in from the north. We could see some teams use boats or anything to get across it. Mezexis Esports on the other bridge. Looks like they're going to be holding that bridge up. But as the zone does shift, it is going to be pulling them over to the other side. WSGs, they are still on that bridge, which is going to be really good for them as they try to hold it down. Xava Esports kind of coming in from the behind there. They did make it across, looks like with a boat there. They did make it across, so they're going to be coming up here on top of the hill, kind of overlooking that bridge. Zeus with some good shots there on the boat, but not sure if he got any hits. Doesn't look like he got any hits there, but was definitely laying down the fire. Zeus, the last one, still standing for Underrated. Has to quickly make a decision here if he's going to try to go across the water. Team 4 Moist. They are looks like it's going to be a solo. They did start out match 1 here, being a full squad, quickly have been down to a solo. F29 started out with a full squad, And they are sitting as a duo right now, going up against Mezexis and F29 down and out. Mezexis now with 7 eliminations for the team. They are putting in some work here. All right, Emperor already down to a solo. All right, Little Fox gonna make a swim here. They do have 2 eliminations for the team. Can Little Fox hold it strong and be able to finish out with kind of the top 5, top 10 for the team? All right, Mezexis is moving in fairly quickly into the zone. And they're about to be right on top of AR Esports. And the zone shifts, and AR Esports and Mezexis do take that zone. Mezexis is quickly moving in. We are going to see a confirmation right here. Let's see. MZS with a grenade. Gets it inside the building. Gets a good Amali as well. Flops is been knocked and is on fire. All right, Trust trying to hold a Mezek off. Ooh, and Trust goes down and out. AR Esports is going to be sitting as a duo now. And just behind them in the other set of buildings is going to be Team 6, Charismatic. And out there just a little bit farther, What's Good is on the banks. We've got 3 teams that are right here, right on top of each other, but still have plenty of room in between them. All right, Mezexis is moving in really quickly into the area. All right, Mezexis is going to hold up another set of buildings. We have quite a few teams. We have 10 teams that remain. Just 10, and our zone is getting extremely small. We're going to see a lot of fights here really quickly. Here's one right there. Mezexis with 10 eliminations. They definitely came out swinging here on match number 1. All right, Ragebait is out there in the zone still. They're making their way in, but they are hurting bad. They're going to be down to 2 members, it looks like, unless they can get the revive. All right, useless 77k might be disconnected. Hopefully they can come back for Team 6 here, because if not, Frame Drops is going to be the last one still standing. Charismatic with 4 eliminations. Can frame drops be able to eliminate Mezexis? What's Good Fem with 11 eliminations? They are not too far ahead of Mezexis in eliminations here. GM, they are moving around here, trying to find a good place to enter this zone. Team 13, Made in Nepal. They have 2 eliminations currently right now and are sitting as a team of 3. That is, Boca found a really good way to get down the hill, just kind of roll the car down it. And all right, we've got 6 teams that remain. Got 11 people that are remaining. These teams still have plenty of time to get those elimination points. Mezexis now with 13 eliminations. Absolutely insane. But they are doing some work here. What's Good Fam with 11? They're just 2 eliminations behind Mezexis. Can they pull it off? We got 5 teams remain. And our zone is closing in really quickly. All right, 2 teams remain. It's going to be Made in Nepal and Mezexis. Can Made in Nepal pull out a chicken dinner for match 1? All right, Mezexis is now down to just a team of 3. Made in Nepal being a duo. This is a 2v3. There's a grenade. GG's, and nicely done to match number 1 for the teams. The Mezexis taking the chicken dinner with 19 eliminations, if my math is correct on that. Made in Nepal coming in a second. Charismatic coming in 3rd. Emperor coming in 4th. What's Good coming in 5th. AR Esports coming in 6th. And Sushi's World coming in 8th. I'll get clarification on Team 7 here just momentarily. Ragebait coming in 9th. Underrated coming in 10th. Sushi's World again coming in 11th. Moist coming in 12th. F29 coming in 13th. GodsGlory coming in 14th. New Error coming in 15th. Retired OGs coming in 16th. Xtreme Rain coming in 17th. BLIZZARD coming in 18th. Oxygen coming in 19th. Dope Esports coming in 20th. And coming in 21st is going to be Fate. We're going to head back up here. Well, let's see what team 7 was. Not sure who those were. We'll see here after match 1. Try to get the going all out with 12 defeats. Goes to Hewings. Nicely done. G with the best companion with the 2 rescues. And queuing dealing that final kill, giving Mezexis the chicken dinner for match number 1. All right, we'll get you here momentarily into match 2. Y'all hang tight and stay with us. All right, just so y'all all know, there is a on-stream giveaway. It is for the like and subscribe. Make sure you post your screenshots there in the Sushi's World Discord. It is there on the screen for you guys. Make sure you get your proof of screenshots there for the like, the stream, and the subscribe. All right. Match 2. Here we are. We are in Myanmar. Now, Myanmar being one of the larger land maps, these teams are going to have to pay attention to what's out there a little bit farther for them. Not just that 50 to 100 meters, but they're going to have to pay attention to what's out there a little bit farther, kind of towards that 150 to 300 meters away. This is a sniper's paradise map. A lot of high places, a lot of high points for these teams to get up on top, oversee a lot of the area, and be able to get those kills, because you'll never know where that bullet's coming from until it's too late. And we have a kind of a southwest flight path with Los Leonos right in this flight path. We might see a few teams go there. We might see some teams go to El Pozo, maybe kind of the San Martin, Hacienda area. We might even see some go towards Villa de Mar. And if these teams wanted to get down, grab a vehicle, we might see them actually move up to El Alzar, maybe up to the water treatment, depending on how this zone plays out. And right off the bat, we have quite a few teams that are jumping kind of the 3/4 of the way out of there, of this flight path, getting out towards the power grid, San Martin, maybe even Picado. And our very first zone is going to be up there toward El Alzar, the water treatment, Hacienda, and San Martin. So these teams that are getting inside that zone are going to have plenty of time to grab what they need and hold an area down until the teams actually start moving in. We do have quite a few teams that are already on ground, so we might see some fights here really quickly. And Mezexis Team 21, our winners from last match with Qzing with 12 kills. All right, Team 22 already there, getting knocked out. All right, there was a one member left, but is down and out. Xtreme Rain, and that was Team 22, and I believe those are going to be our first team out. Let's take a look, and they are Xtreme Rain, our first team out for tonight on match 2. Ragebait with 4 eliminations right off the bat. All right, we have a Team 11. Don't see this very much. Team 11 is completely scattered out, so it is gonna be a challenging here. New error. Team 11 completely scattered, so if one of their members goes down, it is gonna be down and out for them. None of their teammates are close by to be able to get quick revives, so we'll kind of keep an eye on that. We do have fight gonna be breaking out here with BLIZZARD and Fate, I believe. Definitely BLIZZARD for sure. Team 23, Team Fate, yes. All right, Team Fate on the board with 1 elimination. Good quickly been dropped there, and hopefully BLIZZARD, they can get this revive, keeping them a team of 4. And Good looks like is going to be down and out, not be able to get revived quick enough. All right, Fate, Dark 777 was down there. It was quickly revived and is going to be healing up here. So Fate is going to be going up against BLIZZARD, a team of 3. So this is a 4v3 here. We'll keep an eye, but we do have a lot going on. Ying with a new error with an elimination. Right, so New Era with still a team of 3. They are holding up really well the way they are scattered out. All right. Yo taking a vehicle, trying to get to the team, the rest of the team as quickly as possible. Charismatic here. They are down to just a team of 3 fairly quickly, looks like. So they are going up against New Era. So they are a duo right here. This is going to be a 2v3. Frame drops dropped and are quickly eliminated, and this now a 2v2 right here. Yo is coming in, so this is now turned into another 3v2 with a New Era. Looks like a New Era is gonna take the. Now it's back down to a 2v2. Yo gets that quick elimination. New Era with 3 eliminations. Charismatic is now down to just 1 member. Let's see. Can they stay alive and be able to get out of here, or at least hide long enough to not be seen? ERG with a 1 elimination. They did start match 2 here with it being a full squad, and it looks like they are going to be going up against Oxygen. ERG now with 3 eliminations. Complicated is down, but it's kind of in a safe area. Movement kind of in a little bit of a bind here in the stairwell. Nicely done. Was able to get the elimination. Looks like he's got 4 eliminations for the team. So Charismatic is moving forward, being a solo. Our zone does shift, keeping Cruz de Ville up towards the north with Watertown, or Water Treatment, and Hacienda and San Martin. We're going to see a lot of these teams now rotating into the zone and trying to find those high points to stay up there. We got the San Martin. We got the San Martin Hill that overlooks Hacienda. And then up top, we have a Water Treatment. We do have a hill there where Emperor are kind of staying there, kind of overwatching Hacienda from afar. We got Mezexis. Currently 0 eliminations for the team, but they are just on the east side of Hacienda. Retired OGs making their way kind of in the Hacienda area. What's good? All right, what's good? Starts out match 2, team of 3, 0 eliminations. They do have still have plenty of time to get those eliminations. All right, ERG coming in. Team 15. AR Esports. Looks like they may be quickly eliminated. Nope, AR Esports is still alive with one member. Believe Ozzy is the last one that is still stands for AR Esports. All right, we got a lot of teams that are now starting to pile up in the Hacienda San Martin water treatment area. We're going to see how this quickly plays out. MZS with the Mezexis is down. Mezexis also has 3 eliminations. Let's get y'all here. All right, MZS was down, so now Mezexis has 4 eliminations. And I believe that was Team 20 that they eliminated. We'll have to see here. Team 20 is going to be F29 Reborn. All right, our last few teams are our 13 teams that are remaining are going to start piling right on top of each other. We're going to see a lot of quick fights here now. They are all, majority of our teams are in that Hacienda San Martin location. And our zone does push up to the water treatment. Underrated has the zone, and they do have a nice little hilltop. All right, not a lot of teams are around them, but they do have, again, they do have a great point of view here. Just on the other side, across the way, we're going to have Emperor. We got Mezexis rolling right in between both Emperor and Underrated. Let's see if they're going to go up towards north, towards that other hill line up there. They could go here and sit and wait. We'll see how it plays out. They did kind of make a turn going right into Underrated, but Underrated is under fire. Let's go check it out with Team 19. Retired OGs. Retired OGs with 0 eliminations. They may be getting 1 eliminated. Could have gotten elimination there, but it looks like the OGs are going to be down to just 2 members. Nicely done by Coda. Coda comes in with 2 eliminations. Mezek now up to 6 eliminations. We are 11 teams that remain. Ragebait making their way into zone on from the east side of water treatment. But they need to be extremely careful. Just if they set up on the hill overlooking, they're going to be right there on top of Emperor. They are sitting as a full squad with 10 eliminations. Sushi's World Esports. They have 1 elimination. Still plenty of time left to grab those eliminations for the team. Volt, the last man, still stands for Dope Esports. They have 5 eliminations. Will Volt be able to hold it off with a fate that is right there in his area? Original OGs. Looks like they are going to be down a member. Another one, so they may be pushing forward here with Coda going to be the last one still standing. And the zone doesn't shift too much, still keeping kind of the water treatment area. Coda coming in with a very quick revive. It's going to be keeping OGs being a duo team. ERG with 2 members down, 3 members down. 1 has already been eliminated, so Tempa coming in with a revive. Nicely done. This should be keeping them at least a duo moving forward. Flower is down. Not sure if the revive is going to be able to take place. And is unable to get revive. But ERG moving forward with 6 eliminations and a duo. Tempa trying to get out of there. Haha, LOL does jump off. Kind of staying out there in that zone. Does grab another vehicle. So they're both going to have vehicles moving into zone. Tempa moves right on in to Sushi's World. It gets dropped really quickly. Tempa from ERG is now been eliminated. So ERG is going to be moving forward with just being a solo. Sushi's World Esports here. Team of 3, 3 eliminations. They are holding it strong, being a team of 3. We're down to 7 teams that remain. Emperor is a full squad. Made in Nepal as a full squad. Ragebait as a full squad. Mezexis as a full squad. Got quite a few teams that are still with full squads. We could very easily see a 4v4 towards the final zone. ERG has been eliminated. All right, to Made in Nepal with 7 eliminations. Make that an 8, trying to get some more. What's good? G is laying low, does get a few good shots there on the vehicle as Mezek does pass on by. Excuse me, this is going to be Sushi's world as they pass by. Alright, they got 3 eliminations, but now going to be sitting as a duo. Drizzy with some long-range good shots. Doesn't really get any damage there on a Greek. Zone reshifts. It is going to be wide open, and there is not a lot here for these teams. We've got 5 teams that remain, and it is going to be an all-out brawl here. There is not a lot of cover for these teams to be able to hide behind. So we're going to see a lot of smoke grenades, and even mollies to try to get those eliminations. As you can see, Mezek is up on one of the high points. That is just barely inside the zone. Once that zone does shift, they could either be in the zone or they're going to still be out of the zone and going to be making their way into it. It's going to be absolutely crazy to watch them try to jump down that mountain. All right, to Made in Nepal with 9 eliminations. Boca carrying in, trying to get a... Boca goes down and out. Made in Nepal has been eliminated with, I believe that was 9 eliminations. Ragebait, 17 eliminations for the team. Nicely done. GG's. Ragebait taking that chicken dinner. Mezexis coming in 2nd. Sushi's World coming in 3rd. Made in Nepal coming in 4th. What's Good coming in 5th. Emperor coming in 6th. ERG coming in 7th. Fate coming in 8th. Original OGs coming in 9th. Charismatic coming in 10th. Dope Esports coming in 11th. Underrated coming in 12th. Moist coming in 13th. AR Esports coming in 14th. F29 Reborn coming in 15th. GodsGlory coming in 16th. New Air coming in 17th. Oxygen coming in 18th. BLIZZARD coming in 19th. Sushi's World coming in 20th as well. Last coming in 21st. Xtreme Rain. Nicely done. GG's to match number 2. We'll get you here momentarily, so hang tight and stay with us. We'll get match number 3 on the way. Queuing, going all out with Mezexis with 7 defeats. Greek coming with the best companion with 2 rescues. And a Crystal dealing that final damage. All right, match number 3. All right, well, we've got a really good flight path here for Sandhawk here, coming out of, what is this little place called? Kampong, all the way up toward Hatena with Bootcamp, Panan, and Paradise Resort. All three of these are going to be really close to the flight path. These, we can see teams jump down in any of these places. These are going to be hotspots for this map. And it looks like we've got quite a few headed right inside the boot camp. Looks like we've got 3 or 4 teams headed into boot camp. We'll keep an eye on boot camp. We've got 2 going into, looks like, to Paradise Resort. And we have Made in Nepal heading into Panan. We are going to jump right here, right inside the boot camp where this is going to take place. And it's going to be hot and sweaty inside the boot camp. Original OGs already down a member, but they do have 2 eliminations. Charismatic, Team 6, our first team out already here for match number 3. They quickly died to the guns and hands of the teams that are inside a boot camp. Uh-oh, Skur, maybe the last one still stands for Original OGs. Can they hold it on? Can they make it out of boot camp alive? We'll have to see. We've got 2 teams over in Paradise Resort as well. We'll hop over there momentarily. Got a lot going on. Dope Esports with 3 eliminations. They started match 3 just being a duo. They are going to be kind of in a bind here, going against full squads. Oxygen here started match 3 with being a team of 3 and is already down to a duo. Dope Esports down and out. Ragebait, 2 of their members are down. Can they get the revive? Arbo is down. Barry losing health. It looks like Arbo is up now. Alright, Sen is getting a revive. That's going to keep Ragebait as a full 4 squad and still inside a boot camp. Alright, we're starting to get a stacks up in teams in Paradise Resort. We'll go check them out. Let's make sure that Ragebait could be the last one still stands inside boot camp. Nicely done with 4 eliminations, and they control boot camp now, heading right over into Paradise Resort where we have 3 teams. ERG full squad. Mezexis as a full squad. New Error slowly making their way into Paradise Resort as a team of 3. All right, we've got a couple teams down in a quarry. We're gonna quickly go check them out here. We've got Sushi's World, and they are sitting as a full squad. All right, team 20. F29 Reborn full squad as well inside Quarry. Sushi's World Esports with 3 eliminations on the board. GodsGlory has been eliminated. Oxygen has been eliminated. Emperor has been eliminated. Original OGs, Team 19 has been eliminated as well. Charismatic, Team 6 has been eliminated. We have 13 teams that remain. Automatic FPS. All right, Flower with the DBS in hand. And Flower is down. Greek is down and out. MZS is down. Mezexis are quickly dropping like flies. Using try to get some eliminations there, but was unable. ERG has 4 eliminations, and they're going to have to get a revive fairly quickly to get back up on their feet. Team 11 rolling in deep. New Era coming in. If New Era could do a quick push here, they could eliminate ERG really quickly. Because ERG is hurting very badly. All members of ERG are back up on their feet and being healed up here. F29, one of the members has been eliminated. One of their members is down. News, nice shots there by News. Or Coos. What's good? Has a 1 elimination, and they are getting the revive back up. They're going to be a full squad pushing forward. Alright, Sushi with a DB. Oh! Out of nowhere. Gets eliminated. What's good now with 3 eliminations? Alright, Temps gets that, and Final gets that kill though. F29, last one still stands for F29 Reborn. Alright, F29 is gonna be getting out of there and does not make it out in time and is quickly shot from the vehicle. What's good now up to 5 eliminations. New Era out there still in that blue zone in Paradise Resort. They're going to need to find plenty of meds to be able to push forward into the next zone. We've got 8 teams that remain. All right, to Blizzard with 3 eliminations, coming right up on top of ERG. Daigood dangerously close to Flower here. Ling Ling up there by their self. Ling Ling kind of holding it. Gets her grenade. Nice grenade though. Doesn't get any damage. Another grenade out by Ling Ling. Ooh, Flower with the SK-12 in hand. Ling Ling is down. ERG down and out. New Era making a good little push here. All right, that zone is starting to close in, so both of these teams are going to need to be moving into zone. And Yo is down, complicated, trying to get a kill here, and is dropped. Ying holding, gets a drop, and is quickly moves on and is down and out. All right, and Balance is down. Bletacino comes in with a revive. Nicely done. Very quickly, too. Blizzard now up to 8 eliminations and making their way into the zone. We have 5 teams that remain. Made in Nepal with 8 eliminations. They are in a side zone along with the What's Good. Sushi's World making it their way into zone. All right, these teams are going to slowly start losing places to hide and things to hide behind here. All right, R0 getting hit and is going to be dropped by a grenade. A nice grenade. All right, Zany trying to get down. Good is been dropped along with Balance. Both of these members with BLIZZARD are dropped inside a quarry. Are they going to be able to get that revive? If they can get the revives here, then it's going to be keeping BLIZZARD a full team moving forward with 9 eliminations. Made in Nepal needs to watch out behind them, as you have What's Good fastly approaching up on them. All right, these teams are going to have some rocks and some trees to be able to hold and be able to get in very nicely to short range. Made in Nepal has 2 members down already. Made in Nepal hurting with the 3 members down. Made in Nepal could be down and out really quickly here. Made in Nepal now has 1 member that has been eliminated. All right, Dark moving in to zone with 7 eliminations. It does get hit by Sushi's World. And Dark is taken out. Drizzy coming in, trying to come in with a revive. We've got 3 teams remain. We have a BLIZZARD. Ragebait, and a Sushi's World. All right, Sushi's World back up to a full squad. All right, the Blizzard has been eliminated. This is going to be a 4v3 for the final zone here. Which team is it going to be? Ragebait or Sushi's World? Mumini is down. Trying to get back to team members for that revive. Looks like a Crystal may be down, but Cool Blue gonna get that revive. Robo is down. Nicely done there. Sushi's World taking the chicken dinner for match number 3. Ragebait coming in second. Blizzard coming in third. Made in Nepal coming in fourth. What's Good coming in fifth. New Air coming in sixth. Moist coming in seventh. ERG coming in eighth. F29 Reborn coming in ninth. Fate coming in 10th. Sushi's World coming in 11th. Underrated coming in 12th. Mezexis coming in 13th. GodsGlory coming in 14th. Emperor coming in 15th. Oxygen coming in 16th. Dope Esports coming in 17th. Original OGs coming in 18th. And Charismatic coming in 19th. Robo going all out with 4 defeats. Dak coming in with the best companion with 3 rescues. Mickey with the Sushi's World dealing that final damage and final kill, bringing Sushi's World to a chicken and dinner for match number 3. All right, hang tight. Stay with us. We'll get into match number 4 here momentarily. All right, last match for tonight for this Sushi's World pop-up scrimmage Sunday. These teams have been battling it out for the last 3 matches. Some of these teams have high hit points, high kills. We'll see how a lot of these teams play out. We have a south-southwest flight path going right over Quarry Ferry Pier with Primorsk in the flight path. Military base and Novorobnoye. We got Pachinki. If these teams want to jump out and go towards Pachinki, even School and or Rozik, we do have Georgia Pool Hospital area as well in this flight path for these teams to jump down, loot up, grab what they need. If these teams wanted to jump down and grab a vehicle and kind of move out towards the Lipovka Mansion, Yasnaya Polyana area, we might see some teams that do that. We do have quite a few teams that are jumping right off the bat and moving towards that north side, towards Gatka, Ruins, Pachinki. We'll see where these teams go. We do have quite a few teams that are actually moving right down into the Quarry Ferry Pier Primorsk area. We'll keep an eye on those 3 locations. We've got, it looks like we've got a team going out, possibly going out to the military base. And all of our teams have jumped out, so we don't have any really going towards Novo. But jumping down, moving right in with Ragebait. And a Charismatic here at the hospital. Charismatic with only team of 3, starting out match 4 here. Ragebait with a full squad. So this is a 4v3 here in hospital. We do have 2 teams down inside for Morris. Let's head over to Mezexis. And ERG. Greek with some good shots there. Does get a drop and a hit, though. Mezix with 3 eliminations. And ERG is down and out. Oxygen with the team of started out match 4 here, the last match of tonight, as being a duo team, and they are quickly down to just 1 member. All right, Moist started out with a team of a full squad, now down to a team of 3. Headed over to Dope Esports. Dope Esports starting out last match as being a duo. We'll have to see how well they hold up with these teams that are going to be full squads. New error. Full squad. They're inside Primorsk. Looks like God's Glory. Team 18 inside Pachinki here. They're going to have the entire place to themselves for just a little while. So they can grab anything and everything that they need. Made in Nepal over in Milta. We'll keep an eye on them as F29 Reborn and kind of push their way into Milta. And it's like F29 Reborn are making their way into Milta. Looks like it's like a member of Made in Nepal kind of pushed out there towards F29 a little bit and is headed it back to the rest of the team. Original OGs of moving into Pachinki right on top of God's Glory there. Let's go drop in on them. Hugo kind of in trouble. Got down to just a little bit of health there. Nice grenade. And Hugo hopping the buildings. Retired OGs already down to just a duo. Let's see, can they hold it up here inside Pachinki? All right, Charismatic still in the hospital area along with Ragebait. Both of those teams are still battling it out. It looks like they are taking their time. New era with 3 eliminations. Our zone now shifting, keeping school, Georgia Pool, Ruins, and Gatka all still inside that zone. So we're going to see a lot of these teams now moving in from all directions and kind of to the hospital area. We might see a few teams from the north kind of push into Georgia Pool, which would be ideal for some of these teams to get there, because that zone could shift right there into Georgia Pool and allowing them to get on top of those buildings and be able to snipe as teams do start to move in. Got a Blizzard that they are out there in the blue zone trying to make it in. They are gonna opt into going across the bridge to get into zone. All right, you have Emperor that is headed out towards into the zone towards the farm. We have 13 teams that remain. All right, Ragebait still with 1 elimination. Charismatic down to a duo. All right, Gods of Glory with the 3 eliminations. We've got 12 teams that remain. Sushi's World Esports, we do see them as a 2-2 split, so this is a good strategy and a good tactic of being able to keep the team alive and cover a lot of ground really quickly. Now with the Ruins Hilltop, that is still in play. We might see a few teams kind of go towards this hill here and kind of hold up so they are able to see a little bit of Georgia Pool and Ruins and a few other places as these teams do make their way inside zone. We do have quite a few teams kind of starting to pile up inside Gatka. All right. We got Fate. Currently 0 eliminations right now. They do have plenty of time. MZS is down. Not sure if they're going to be able to get this revive. Our teams that are out there, out in the zone, are going to be rotating in here momentarily. We do have Made in Nepal. Looks like they're going to be making their way in. GG, they are moving into zone as well. All right, Fate doesn't have any kills right now, but they could definitely get a kill here. We'll see. Nicely done. All right, Mezek now with 4 eliminations and sitting as a duo team. Alright, Mezexis now with 5 eliminations. They did rotate around. Alright, Emperor with 10 eliminations. And they did start match 4 here as a full squad. Little Fox gets out of there safely for the time being. So Emperor is going to be moving forward as a one-man team right now. We have 9 teams remain. There is not a lot here. With this zone, there is not a lot of cover at all. There's very few buildings for these teams to actually get inside of. As you can see, Fate has a building that they are holding up. Emperor, they're going to have a little bit of building. Mezek is kind of in the wide open there. Sushi's World making their way into the zone from the north. We got Made in Nepal that is coming into the zone as well. But they are quickly getting hit hard with a Sushi's World out there. Alright, Made in Nepal still sits as a full squad. Each of the members has 1 elimination. Sushi's World Esports full squad. Made in Nepal a full squad. Fate as a full squad as well. Not very many teams that remain are full squads. We've got a lot of solos here. So we'll see how they will hold up going up against full teams, maybe even teams that are 2 and 3. It looks like a Sushi. She's going to be the last one that is still stands for Sushi's World. She makes it into zone. That zone does not shift very much at this point. Emperor is inside a zone. All right, these teams are starting to kind of slow down a little bit and kind of take on fights as they can. All right, Made in Nepal has quickly lost a member there. And they do have one of their members down. Maybe they can get a revive. And not able to get that revive in time. So they are now going to be sitting as a duo. Sushi's World with 2 eliminations. Drizzy is down. Are they going to be able to get this revive? Alright, Sushi's World now up to 3 eliminations. Luxury is down. Are they going to be able to... Is Mickey going to be able to try to come in for a revive? It's a very dangerous... Alright, we have 5 teams remain. Alright, our teams are bunching up. We're going to see a lot of quick fights here, as well as some grenades being thrown. Alright, our teams are still playing out there just north of the very next zone. Alright, Fugo with some members in that area in sight, which is going to be a Fate. They are still trying to get out of there. Alright, Ace is down. Is any other of the Fate members going to be able to get a revive here? And Ace has been quickly eliminated. Alright, Dark, it is all up to Dark, and Dark is down and out. Nicely done, GG's. God's Glory taking that to chicken dinner for match number 2. Fate coming in second. Made in Nepal coming in third. Sushi's World coming in fourth. Emperor coming in fifth. Mezexis coming in sixth. Sushi's World again coming in seventh. Dope coming in eighth. Ragebait coming in at ninth. Charismatic coming in 11th. Blizzard coming in 12th. Retired OGs coming in 13th. F29 coming in 14th, Moist coming in 15th, Oxygen coming in 16th, ERG coming in 17th. Going all out with 6 defeats, queuing with Mezexis. Queuing has definitely put some points up on the board for Mezexis, definitely getting those high kills. Best companion goes to Tornado from TBSS with 2 rescues. And the final kill goes to PAX with GodsGlory, giving them their final kill and their chicken dinner for match number 4. All right, that is it for tonight's Sushi's World Sunday night scrimmage. Y'all have a wonderful time. Thank you all for the new subs and the subscribes and everything in between. I will catch y'all on a later stream at another time. Y'all have a wonderful evening. All right, we're going to do the wheel of names for tonight's lucky winner for the giveaway. All right, here we go. There is the winner for the UC giveaway. All right, guys. Until next stream, I will catch y'all later.